Good morning, everybody. My name is Mrs. Love Chard, also known as Bethany, and I am a whole food, plant-based lifestyle coach and body freedom coach and the founder of NutriBabe Nation, our monthly membership site. Welcome to Brunch Break. Today we're doing an open Q&A, and I got over 40 questions for today, so we won't be able to get through all of them. But what we don't get through is all in our monthly membership site, NutriBabe Nation, so you can head to NutriBabeNation.com, sign up, and get all the goodies and more. So today's open Q&A, and I wanted to kind of open this up to you guys for this episode of Brunch Break so that you could get a little bit of an inside look at my life and also, ask any questions that you guys wanted. So if you have any questions on live, please feel free to post them below and I can get to them. And let's get going. So the first question is from Cindy. She asked, what do you eat for breakfast? And right now, and for the past probably 3 years or so, I don't eat breakfast. I typically fast from 8 or so p.m. until like 2 in the afternoon the next day. And that's just kind of where my body fell as far as me being in touch with my true hunger. But let's rewind. And when I first transitioned to this lifestyle, what did I eat for breakfast? Because I did eat breakfast when I first transitioned. Once I was getting over emotional eating and figuring out toxic and true hunger and all that, then I moved into intermittent fasting. But I did eat breakfast at first, and my breakfast consisted of really just anything that I had. I remember eating a lot of black bean brownies, a lot of goji berry chili for breakfast, and I did a lot of oatmeal too. I did oatmeal as a base and then loaded it with fruit and nuts and seeds and plant-based milk and cinnamon and vanilla. So I would say that's probably one of my favorite go-tos, is either fruit or fruit with oatmeal. And that's going to be a really satisfying, filling breakfast as well, especially if you add nuts and seeds, especially hemp seeds, will help create a lasting fullness and give you energy for the day. So those are my breakfast, really quick breakfast ideas. Of course, you could have tofu scramble. You could have, just a plain bowl of fruit sprinkled with flaxseed. Really, there's no right or wrong breakfast foods as long as they're whole plants. A lot of people say like, well, I can't have soup for breakfast. That's not really a breakfast item. That's okay. You can have leftovers. You can have a salad for breakfast if you want. I've done that a few times as well. So whatever you are feeling for breakfast, as long as it's whole food, plant-based, girl, eat it. Next question comes from Amanda. Do you follow a certain doctor approach? Yes and no. My base and how I discovered this lifestyle is Dr. Joel Fuhrman, the Nutritarian approach. And I would say that that is, for the most part, the base of my lifestyle, the base of my coaching, would be the Nutritarian approach, Dr. Joel Fuhrman. I love incorporating other things from other doctors. I love Dr. Greger and, his ginger and turmeric in his daily dozen and things like that. So, for the most part, all the doctors have the same base, and the base is eat whole plants, stay away from refined stuff, and oil. That's pretty much generally the base. Dr. Fuhrman's approach is more based on nutrient density as a whole, and salads are the main dish. So we're eating a lot of salads, we're eating a lot of fruit and beans and non-starchy veggies, and then we're filling in with grains, starchy vegetables, nuts and seeds, and other things in addition to the salads and the beans and the non-starchy veggies. So I would say that's definitely my the base for my lifestyle and the base for my coaching. However, if you're eating whole plants, then you're a million miles further than you once were and ahead of most of America, to be honest. So I wouldn't necessarily get too, I guess if you're wondering which doctor to follow, there really is no right and wrong if you're eating plants. You can definitely try different approaches, but essentially they're all the same. Eat whole plants, don't eat processed stuff, stay away from oil, sugar, alcohol, that kind of stuff, and you'll be good to go. Question number 3 is from Kayla. Any thoughts on protein powders, needed or not needed? This is a very simple answer. No, not needed. There is a big misconception about protein and how much we need, and so I want to squash that. We really don't need as much protein as the gurus or the I don't know who's saying it or where it comes from, probably from the meat industry, but we don't need as much protein as we say. We need between 5 and 10% of our total calories from protein, and when we're eating a wide variety of whole plant-based foods, especially having that big, large gourmet salad, beans and nuts and grains and potatoes and all those things, we get the protein that we need from those foods. There's no need to supplement, there's no need to have additional protein, there's no need to basically extract protein from a plant and refine it and grind it into a powder and then drink it. Like, there's just no need to do that. The focus of this lifestyle is on whole plant-based foods, and so that's what we want to do. And in doing that, and in feeding our body's full potential, in feeding our body's true hunger, when it's truly hungry, we're going to get the protein that we need. So protein powders are not needed. Protein is needed, but we get that from whole plants. Yes, there is protein in plants. It's not just found in meat. And we don't need the excess that has been kind of brainwashed into us with all these powders and, shakes and bars and things like that. And as far as, a lot of people think like, oh, protein gives me energy. Fat and carbs give you energy. Protein doesn't give you energy. So we can just focus on whole plant-based foods, get the protein that our body needs from those as long as we're feeding our true hunger, and you're good to go. Next question. Another one from Kayla. Any myth or misconceptions about weight loss that you have found to be untrue on your journey? Any myths or conceptions about weight loss? Yeah, I would say probably one of the most important ones is that it's not just calories in, calories out. And I know some people may argue with me on this one or push back on this one, but when you eat, let's just take 1,500 calories, for example, and say that we went to McDonald's and we had 1,500 calories of McDonald's, right? I don't even know what's at McDonald's anymore. Chicken fingers or chicken nuggets, double bacon cheeseburger, like all these things, right? 1,500 calories worth of food at McDonald's versus 1,500 calories of whole plant-based food. So a big salad, maybe a bean and veggie soup, a smoothie, some fruit, right? Hummus and raw veggies. When we look at those two, they're both 1,500 calories, but one of them is going to promote weight loss and the other one is not going to promote weight loss. And when you're eating such volume of food with the whole food plant-based lifestyle, you don't necessarily eat as many calories as quick as you can with refined processed stuff. Like, I used to down a whole bag of family-sized Cheetos in one sitting. That's like 3,000 calories. That's like 2 days worth of food. And I used to do that in 5 minutes and still be hungry afterwards. So, and it's not really calories in, it's calories in, calories out. We're looking at what are those calories? Are those calories a family-sized bag of Cheetos and McDonald's? Or are those calories fruit and beans and whole sprouted grains and salads, So we're looking at what the calories are that we're eating. And two, when we're eating whole plant foods and filling up to satisfaction, you'll see that you can eat a ton of volume and the calories are maybe not what you're used to. Because for me, when I used to eat a ton of volume with Cheetos, donuts, alcohol, mozzarella sticks, like all that stuff, I would get upwards of like, I don't know, probably like 10,000 calories a day, like no joke, with candy and just all kinds of just junk. But if I tried super hard with the whole food plant-based lifestyle to eat 10,000 calories in a day, I wouldn't, just because I don't want to overeat. But I probably couldn't even get there. Like, you eat so much volume and the calories are much lower than processed foods. They're much lower than, alcohol and refined sugars and cheese and stuff like that. So, per pound, per volume, the calories are much lower. So I would say, just all this to say, the biggest misconception, or one of the misconceptions with weight loss, is that it's not necessarily calories in, calories out. It's what is the calories that you're eating focus on what the calories are and where they're coming from, not just calories as a number, because calories as a number, okay, cool. What are the calories in? Are they in a double bacon cheeseburger, or are they in a gourmet salad with beans and a fruit and nut dressing, you know? So look at the food you're eating, not just on the number that it produces, calorie-wise. We're going to take one more question and then wrap up for this week. All right, let's do this one. What do you think is the most important thing for someone at the beginning of their journey to know? Great question. All these are great questions. Every question's a good question. There's no shitty questions. So what's the most important thing that I think someone should know at the beginning of their journey? The most important thing that I think for someone to know is that you will succeed in this lifestyle if you put your mind to it, put your actions to it, put your all into it. I think that there's so many people that want to live this lifestyle and that are scared of failure, that are scared that it's not going to work, that are scared that maybe they'll lose the weight, but it'll just come back, or maybe they're scared that their emotional eating will take over and not be able to be healed. There's a long list of reasons to be scared or nervous or not want to jump into this lifestyle. And there's also a lot of things that, you know, I can say that will get you pumped about this lifestyle and really want to dive in and take control of your health. So, the most important thing for someone to know is that you have, whatever you put your mind to, you can do it. Of course, with the support and the, guidance and the right information, right? You can do anything. It's really bizarre how many diets I went through, up and down, roller coaster, yo-yo dieting, and, you know, not eating and calorie counting and portioning shit out. And all of that, you know, it only caused me more anxiety and more, all the bad things, more anxiety, more weight, more yo-yo dieting, more, not being happy. And yeah, I might have seen some weight loss on the scale, but it was probably because I was restricting calories and not feeding myself to my body's true hunger. And so, I had a lot of doubt coming into this lifestyle, at the very, very beginning. I knew I wanted to make a change, and I knew I was ready to make a change, but I didn't know really what I was doing. And when I first heard about this lifestyle, that, you know, you can feel to your body's satisfaction, you can eat when you're truly hungry, and you can have a variety and an abundance of food, and there is no deprivation and there is no restriction. I was kind of like, wait a minute, because that's the total opposite of everything that anybody's ever been taught about weight loss or about a lifestyle change or about diets or about losing fat, right? It's always like, count your calories, portion your broccoli into a little, you know, 2-ounce container, and, you know, you have to eat, you know, 800 calories a day, and that's how you'll lose weight. Like, right? We've heard all of these things. And so what I was hearing with this lifestyle is eat in abundance, eat until you're satisfied, feed your body's true hunger. And I'm like, okay, this is totally the opposite of everything that I've been hearing. But the more and more that I researched and read and, you know, read success stories and started to do it myself and started to see the weight loss come off and started to see my skin clear and started to see my emotional eating, you know, dissipate, I was sold. I mean, that was it. So, what I want everyone to know is that this is not a diet. This is not a restrictive, short-term fad that we're doing. We're creating a lifestyle change. We're creating a lifestyle of abundance. There is no restriction. Like, it's all the good things that you want in your life, and it's all wrapped up into a lifestyle. I mean, it's great. There's no deprivation. And, you know, a lot of people think once you take away the junk food, once you take away the cheese, once you take away the meat, once you take away the, whatever, fast food, you know, it's like, oh no, what is there left? Because that's all that I eat now. And that was me. That's all that I ate. I ate junk food, I ate fast food, I ate meat and cheese and bread and pasta and macaroni and donuts and alcohol and candy. and all the shit food. That's what I ate. So when I was like, oh my gosh, I can't have this stuff anymore, what is there left? Well, I had to look at what I wasn't eating, and what I wasn't eating was plants. And so when I shifted my perspective and looked over at this like whole new food pyramid, so to speak, or like, you know, all these different food categories that I wasn't eating, but now I could eat, right? I can have any bean or lentil I want. I can have any whole vegetable that I want, starchy vegetable or non-starchy. I can have any green that I want. I can have any whole grain. I can have any herb and spice. I can have any fruit. The possibilities were endless, and there are thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of whole plant foods on this planet. So there is no deprivation of whole plant-based foods, and there's no end to what you can create with these foods. I tell people this all the time. I eat nachos, I eat tacos, I eat pizza, I eat spaghetti, I eat burgers, I eat fries, I have nacho cheese, but I make it in whole plant-based versions. So I guess that would be the second part of what I want everyone to know. This isn't a lifestyle of deprivation. You can be abundant and eat to satisfaction and lose weight and gain happiness and overcome emotional eating and learn to love yourself more and gain clear skin and get crazy energy. You can get all those things by not depriving yourself. And then two, there's no shortage of things that you can enjoy on this lifestyle. You just have to make whole food plant-based versions of that, and I can help you do that. So yeah, I guess there's so much more that I want people to know, and that's exactly why I am a whole food plant-based nutrition coach. That's why I have a membership site to help guide people. That's why I do brunch breaks. Like, that's why I do what I do, because I remember what it's like to be, 250 pounds at my peak. I was 233 when I made the decision to make a change. But I know what it's like to feel, I know what it's like to feel just not worthy. I know what it's like to feel unwanted. I know what it's like to not love myself. I know what it's like to count calories and be starving and throwing up because I felt like I ate too much food, and just like, I know what that is like. I lived it for years and years. And I also know what it's like to be on the other end of that and have none of that shit like affect me anymore. I don't feel any of those things anymore. And so because I know what that transition is like, and because I know what that transformation, what is possible in that transformation, that's why I do what I do, because I know there are thousands and thousands of people out there that feel like I used to feel, that don't know about this lifestyle, or that don't know that they can do it, or don't have the information, or don't have the guidance or the coach. So that's why I do what I do, and that's why I share, and that's why I won't stop sharing. And yeah, so thanks to all my live viewers who tuned in. The replay will be available. Holla to my replay viewers. And if you want more of this, more Q&A, I have courses, I have videos, I have premium recipes, we have a discussion forum, there's a social platform all built into NutriBabeNation.com, which is our monthly membership site. And I created this, so like I said, so that I could provide all of this to people, and it can be in their back pocket, and they can have somewhere to turn and somewhere to ask questions and somewhere to go to, and have the guidance from a coach, from someone who's been there and can help them reach where they want to go on their journey. And that's my job as a coach, is to meet you where you are now and get you to where you want to go, because there's not one 100% perfectly packaged way to do everything. There's a good base, a good platform, but it's my job to meet you where you're at and take you where you want to go. And that's what I can help do for you in NutriBabe Nation. So if this interests you at all, if you like my vibe, if you love the content that I put out, then get in NutriBabe Nation. It will be the next step and the greatest addition to your lifestyle journey. And that's at NutriBabeNation.com. So thanks for joining, and I will see you guys next Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central Time here on the Love Chard page for the next episode of Brunch Break. Bye, guys.